now. The Electoral Commission, EC, has suspended Pusiga District Electoral Officer for malpractices, including illegal vote transfer. Deputy Chair of the Electoral Commission in charge of corporate services, Dr. Bossman Asare, announced the suspension at a press conference a while ago. Listen.
Following preliminary investigations again, the Commission has suspended the Pusiga District Electoral Officer and has invited him to respond to the Commission's findings. Once the investigations are concluded, the Commission will take the appropriate action and inform the public accordingly. The Commission would like to assure the public that it will not shield any of its officers, both permanent and temporary, found complicit in any electoral malpractices, and will always allow such persons to face the full rigors of the law. We wish to restate that the Provisional Voters Register is not the final voters register. The central objective of the exhibition exercise is to correct any anomalies and issues with the Provisional Voters Register before the final register is produced. This has been the practice since 1992. The Commission again wishes to assure the public that after the exhibition exercise, the final voters register that will be produced will be robust and credible. The provisional voters register that was prepared for the just ended exhibition exercise and also provided to all political parties has a transferred voters list and an absent voters list for each polling station. The absent voters list should contain a list of all voters that have been transferred out of a particular polling station within the period that the Electoral Commission opened up the register for transfers and special voting. The absent voters list should contain only voters who have transferred their votes and those partaking in special voting. The transferred voters list conversely contains all voters who have been transferred to the polling station within that period. In the preparations towards the 2024 exhibition exercise, the absent voters list and the transferred voters list inadvertently included all transfers that have been done since 2020 when this register was first prepared. This has resulted in a higher than expected number of absent and transferred voters. This understandably may have caused some anxiety to our stakeholders, as exemplified by the press conference addressed by the NDC in the Ejumaku Enyan SCM constituency of the Central Region. The Commission has corrected this anomaly and will share with all the political parties the corrected absent and transferred voters list for each polling station that contains only those applicants who successfully applied for transfers or special voting for the 2024 general elections.
Dr. Bossman Asare also took on the National Democratic Congress NDC over claims that the EC has cooked up data to rig the 2024 elections in favor of a political party, that's the NPP.
Well-known fact that Ghana has one of the most transparent and inclusive electoral processes in Africa. From registration to declaration of results, all our processes are transparent, inclusive and open to the political parties and the citizenry. Nothing is hidden. There are no secrets as far as our elections are concerned. Therefore, the suggestion that the peace and the outcome of the election is hinged on the chairperson of the Electoral Commission is completely untrue. We urge the public to ignore statements even from prominent citizens that suggest that achieving peaceful elections in 2024 is somehow in the bosom of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. This Electoral Commission and the Electoral Commission in general has nothing to hide. The preparation of the register is a human endeavor. There are bound to be mistakes. This is not the first time the Commission has recorded mistakes during registration of voters and compilation of the voters register. This has been the case since 1992. The issues range from missing names, swapped photos and gender, wrong additions or omitted names, etc. This is not new, and this is not going to be the last. The exhibition of the Provisional Voters Register, as designed by law, is meant to correct mistakes. The law provides for inclusion of missing names, removal of names that should not be on the register after due process, removal of names that should not be on the exclusions list after due process, correction of gender, proper placement of voters in their polling stations, etc. This is exactly what the commission is doing as mandated by law. The public may recall that in 2020, the same negative propaganda was launched about the register during exhibition. The commission used the issues that came up during the 2020 exhibition to clean the register to ensure it was credible. As a result, there was not a single complaint that came through about the register during and after the 2020 elections. At the end of the day, the 2020 elections were rated very highly by citizens as well as local and international election observers. We call on the public to reject statements that the register is not fit for the 2024 elections or that it is incurably defective. The register is robust and credible. At the end of the day, the final certified register will reflect corrections of all identified errors. Who gives out a document and make it openly accessible to all? Openly accessible to all if the intention is to add on illegal persons. Therefore, unless they can show any proof, those alleging that the commission is trying to cook data should be ignored. The commission reassures the public and its stakeholders that the anomalies detected through the exhibition exercise and their correction do not in any way affect the validity of the voters register and the ability of valid voters to vote on election day.
Deputy EC Chair in charge of corporate services, Dr. Bossman Asare, addressing the media a while ago. That press conference is currently ongoing. But let's go on the phone line and speak to Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, Alhaji Mahdi Jibril. Alhaji, good evening to you. Thank you very much for your time tonight on 505.
You're welcome.
I'm sure you monitored that press conference by the Electoral Commission. Have been threatening this. You said the same thing in 2020 that the register was not robust. Now, if they have anything to hide, they wouldn't have given the register to the political parties. The reason for the exhibition is to correct all anomalies, and so we should ignore the war drums, quote and unquote, that the NDC is trying to beat on this credible electoral register.
Well, I will say good evening to your listeners. I think it's unfortunate. The Electoral Commission said he gave us the register. They didn't give us the register willingly. We have to press on them, drag them, push them hard before they gave us the register at the last minute of the process.
But so they still gave you the register.
It's not true that they gave us the register because there's nothing in the register.
They said they have nothing to hide.
I mean, I'm saying that it is not true.
But they willingly gave you the register. Even if you press them, you push them.
We push them to the wall before they finally give a register, knowing very well they can defect the nature of the register, thinking that we may not see the things that we are seeing today, thinking we may not have that capacity because they are incompetent. They thought that we are the same people like them. So give us the register at the last minute. By the time we finish checking, exhibition is ended, then they will say, nobody has raised any issue.
No, but they recognize the fact that it's a human institution. Definitely, the mistakes are bound to happen, and that's why they have to correct it.
Well,
Dr. Bossman,
because they are human institutions, that's why we have criminals in electoral commission.
Who are the criminals?
Now, the CI, which he read and admitted, with the robust system that prevents anybody to put any data without going to process, somebody was able to sit, electoral commission officer, sat in his house, use a picture on the ID to transfer somebody to another polling station.
That's the Pusiga man?
That's the Pusiga issue.
But they
have admitted it. How many of these people have transferred names without you knowing, without them knowing? They only knew what we have reported. Okay? But it is not their system that detected it. Can the Electoral Commission tell us, can Bossman, Asare and Mensa tell us that it's their system that detected the transfer? So if you have 100,000, 200,000, and we are only reported one, and they've gotten it, how about the other one?
He says they've launched investigations to ascertain whether it was a one-off or a one-area thing or it's widespread.
You see, once it has been done, it means that system, somebody has broken into the system. So the system is not robust. The system is not robust. So it is now. You see, when you did the press conference, they were saying that exhibition is meant for correction, deleting, and those things. But exhibition is not meant to be able to go into the system if someone has broken into it. And no wonder when he finished the press conference, he didn't accept any response to any question. Because he has something to hide.
Oh, how?
If he doesn't have anything to hide, he would have answered questions.
But it's not as if people ask questions and he said he will answer.
Not answer questions.
Yeah, he said he was not going to take any questions because they came in to address the issues.
No, you come to talk to people. You think people don't think in their heads?
Okay, now the fundamental thing that the NDC was wanted addressed, deleted names, illegal transfer of voters, and all sort of things. Now, Dr. Bossman Asare this afternoon said that all those things are going to be reversed. They are going to work on that together with the stakeholders. There's an investigation ongoing to ascertain whether the illegal transfer of votes is only in Pusiga or is widespread, so that they can reverse all these anomalies. So the Electoral Commission is open to correcting any illegality in the register.
You see, in the first place, now that he's saying that the register will sit and correct it, so at what point did he have the assurance to tell that the register is credible?
He repeated the same thing today. That is robust.
You are saying that we are going to correct, and you are also saying it's credible and it's robust. Now, if your data system is robust, no any illegal thing can break into it. Now, you are now admitting that this is one out of many. We are yet to know the other one. So is your data system robust? Is your register, as you think now, credible for elections? Now, he also mentioned that they are not there to support the NPP.
Yes.
To rig the election to the NPP. See,
he says they don't cook data.
How do we make elections? If they are once now they can now transfer people from where they vote to other places. If the EC is able to transfer 500,000 to go to other places, those people cannot vote on the election day because they will be going to their polling station. Their name is not there. This will give an opponent opportunity to win election by that. So it is not only saying the numbers are par, but this what we have done by even taking the 2, 3, meaning that in that constituency in Sablugu that they've taken that name. If we win election by 1 in terms of parliamentary, that person that was transferred into Pusiga, he cannot vote in the original constituency. It means a person he wants to vote for, that vote has reduced. So they know what they are doing. And this is an officer of Electoral Commission who has transferred this. Now, Valentina, if you remember, during the registration, the same Pusiga and EC officer was able to use Ghana card to register about 17 people. Remember?
One Ghana card, yes.
The same Pusiga. The same Pusiga. What did they do with that officer when he was able to break through the system? Now somebody is in Tamale to be able to transfer people into Pusiga. How many people from Pusiga that have been transferred to North region? So you may have your numbers as it is. However, somebody has diluted your number. Because once I've been taken to say, I'm voting in Okankwe Central, I've been transferred unknown. I don't know that they transfer me into, say, Tama East. On the election day, Tema East number will be there. Somebody who in Tema East has been transferred into Kwesi Central. The number will be equal. However, those people cannot vote because somebody at the Electoral Commission, supported by Electoral Commission, Bossman, Asare, and his people, who knew that somebody can do such things, allow it to happen, then you cannot vote. It means the opponent whose members' names are not taken, they can vote in that polling station. Isn't it rigging? Isn't this a rigging strategy that the EC is implementing? That his officer was able to transfer somebody by his picture. And do you remember we raised an issue that the NPP members, the GCEs and the MP are collecting people's ID card? Remember those allegations we raised?
Yes.
Now, so how many of the cards have they taken from people? The Electoral Commission never said anything about it.
Maybe that's what the investigations will reveal, if it's widespread and how widespread it is and what caused it and all that.
Instead for him now even to applaud the NDC, he's accusing the NDC. Are you aware it's only NDC who raised this issue of Pusiga? Now, assuming we didn't raise this issue, will they know that this has happened? But you see, because he's communicating on behalf of the NPP, he will do this communication. I'm sorry, the way Bossman communicated today definitely shows that he's communicating for somebody. He knows that there are no people who are working to rig this election for the NPP. In any case, do you remember during the last, when this issue started, our opponent, the NPP, claimed that the register they have is clean. Remember?
Okay, so now the issue is that, or the takeaway from today's press conference, EC investigating, trying to ensure that all the concerns the NDC has raised with regards to the register would be addressed. There's also a meeting that has been scheduled.
Let me help you.
Okay.
Nobody can correct any error in the register if it's not reported to you.
But you have reported to the EC, haven't you?
No, we are yet to meet them.
But there's a meeting scheduled for this week, isn't it?
What do you mean?
You're meeting the EC this week, right?
Some of the things that we raise is what they are rushing to hold press conference today.
But the meeting will still come off.
No, I'm saying that they are trying to just muddy this is political communication. In fact, what the Electoral Commission is doing is a political communication. It is only politician Electoral Commission who will do such a press conference. And I'm not surprised that the technical people like Tete, like Siribos are not talking around this issue. And it's only Bossman who is speaking.
Because he's in charge of corporate services.
I'm saying that this is an operational issue. In fact, the failure for the issue someone to be able to transfer into the data is operational. Tete could have spoken.
Okay, but he didn't speak. Dr. Bossman Asare has spoken. They say that the NDC should stop refraining. The NDC should refrain from comments that if there will be peace, it will be caused by the Electoral Commission. It will be chaos in the elections. It will be caused by the Electoral Commission.
Okay. You see, what he said also that he doesn't understand, and very well that maybe they know what they are doing. If I move to a polling station on election day, I sat in the queue for 2 hours for voting. I get to the voting to check my name. I have a voter ID at that polling station, but my name is not found in the voter ID, in the register. So to allow me to vote in that polling station, which I have an ID card, what do you think will happen? Now multiply that one by almost every polling station. What will happen on that election day? You see, when they are talking, they don't know that people also listen up to listen to them. I am in the queue to vote. Bossman, who they appointed as a district officer or a technician Electoral Commission, has transferred my name without me going there, just with my picture. Then I go to the voting day, I couldn't find my ID, my name in the register. What do you think will happen? Now, this is happening before exhibition. Okay? After we finish exhibition, don't you think they can do the same thing after exhibition and give us the register as a final register without exhibition?
Okay, so all in all, you want to say that today's press conference was needless. It was not necessary.
In fact, it just came to expose the Electoral Commission. And that is how God exposes criminals. This is somebody who said that, no, their system is robust. He has come to admit that, oh yes, somebody transferred without the knowledge of the person. The person who did a transfer is a literal EC officer who represents the Electoral Commission at that district. Who did that one? And now they are now conducting investigation to get to that issue. They were investigating on the BDR. Have they finished investigation that one?
They said the police is doing that.
So this was the police will do this one. So how long will that get before we get the further register?
Well,
we have 40,000 polling stations. We have about 40,000 polling stations. The issue we are talking about is one of the out of the 40,000 polling stations. If you are going to do investigation on this, it means you need to do forensic audits. And this is what the NDC is calling for. You have to do a forensic audit to be able to get the root cause of the issue. You cannot just say, because I just checked, I didn't see it. You can't just look at it and then I didn't see it. Okay? So you see what the NDC was calling for. But because they knew what they have done, they always want to push the issues on the NDC that NDC is raising unnecessary issues. But he himself has exposed himself, admitted that their system is not robust. Register as it is now has some kind of doubt on it. Because we don't know how many people names have been transferred without their knowledge.
Okay.
But as we see, you have gone to a bank and you have dropped your ID card at a bank. Could have been a wicked person at the bank who is interested to see the NPP rig the election. He pick your picture and give it to another commission to transfer you don't know.
Well, it's all ifs and buts until we get the final.
No, I'm saying that it has happened.
Okay.
Once it has happened, anything under NPP and the youth electoral commission will happen because the system is not robust.
Okay.
But this is what we are calling for. Intellectual community to see to what we are raising about the IT department of electoral commission, about the usage data, how the full data that they have. And this, we cannot call this as a register that we have a credible register as of now.
Okay.
As it stands now, this register is not credible, not fit for purpose for election.
All
until every correction has been made.
Well, we'll see the outcome of your meeting with the Electoral Commission this week, and hopefully if they are able to accept your call for the forensic audit into